All right, today is Wednesday, May 18th, episode 3 on the new platform. If you haven't already, subscribe to this platform. It's not the same as the last one, if you hadn't noticed already. And same goes for YouTube. I'm your host, Cole Wilcox of Diamonds in the Rough, joined by, always, Nick Schnell, who kind of looks like a therapist right now, and producer Grayson Shook. Yeah, he's relocated his spot. He's crisscross applesauce on the couch, no shoes, just
No shirt, no
absolutely
problem.
vibing. Got a lot of stuff to get into today. Let's not mess around. Let's get into it.
Headed down to the neon lights, it's where I wanna be, cause I'm just trying to make it.
You're listening to the Diamonds in the Rough podcast.
I'm just trying to make it.
Powered by Prospects Live.
All right. Well, the therapist himself is coming off a monster game yesterday. Schnelly, why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, I pretty much did exactly what guys who have played above the GCL should have done against the competition down here. 2 for 2, led off the game with a homer, and then had a little jam shot single, and then 3 walks. So 2 for 2, 3 walks, and then I made a freaking Byron Buxton-esque play in the outfield. Absolutely beasting out there. So
Now
it was a good day. It
Now
felt
tell
good.
us, was this home run cheap or was it? Or
No.
did you get it?
No. There's nothing cheap about this home run. It was backside,
Classic.
which is on par, but
That's how you know you're back.
I literally got every bit of it. I mean, he threw me 5 fastballs in a row. He missed fastball up, missed fastball even further up and away. Then he threw one up that the umpire called a strike, which is a ball, but thank God he did because he threw a fastball in for a ball. So literally I had 4 opportunities to time up this fastball. It's 3-1. Dudes in the GCL don't want to walk you. Well, in the extended, they don't want to walk you. And so he threw me a center cut freaking Jimmy John sandwich, and I BLT'd that beast out.
Yeah. The hitter your statures can't see 5 fastballs. What do you
No, well, that's exactly what I hit. So if he threw me 5 sliders in a row, he maybe had a chance to freeze me if it was a good one. But
Yeah.
you throw me 5 fastballs, that's what I'm hunting.
You're BLT in that mug.
Yeah, freaking Jimmy John right down the middle and BLT in that beast.
Was that just on the fly right there?
Yeah, it was.
That
shows where my creative
That was
juices are.
impressive.
Thank you.
BLT that piece. Any more games this week? Or are you chilling?
I play again Thursday and then Saturday.
How's y'all body after 9 innings?
It is hurting.
Hurt.
Not hurting. Hurting's the wrong word. I feel pretty good. I just is super sorry. If you guys aren't very active people and you're listening, go run for 20 minutes, and then tomorrow when you wake up, your hips and everything are gonna be super tight. Everything's just super tight. Like today was a very light day and it was much needed. I considered going and getting a lift in, but I said tomorrow's a short camp day, so I'm gonna lift tomorrow, give myself a day off today. And then play Thursday. It's a DH day, so it shouldn't be too strenuous. And then Friday I'll get another lift in, and then play Saturday, and then Sunday off. So I got a nice little schedule going now for myself.
Yeah. Do you think that being a dad is factored into that wear and tear?
No, I think it makes me younger, dude. Honestly, because this is what's crazy. This is gonna sound really bad, but I'm just gonna give the people real, just
unfiltered Schnelly.
Yes. Well, no, just baseball player here. Nobody in their right mind wants to be out there for 9 innings in an extended game at noon. And ever since Bo was born, I've had a new appreciation for the game of baseball. Everybody was complaining that there were 7 half innings rolled. We had 4 half innings in a row rolled. They had 3. So we were sitting out there for forever, and everybody else was complaining. And in my head, I thought 2 things. I'm lucky to be playing this game. I haven't played in 11 months, and this is a good opportunity. It's a lot easier to say that when you're having a good game, too. So that made it a little bit easier. And then 2, this is a good opportunity for me to grind and have a story for Bo in a couple years. Hey, man, I was out there in 150-degree weather.
You got to boost it.
When the pitchers hadn't thrown a strike in 4 years, and I was out there loving the game. Every bit of it, I was loving it, and I wasn't complaining like everybody else. And look what happens. You go 2 for 2 with 3 walks, and you're feeling great.
Yeah.
I was locked in for all 5 at-bats. Rare for me, freaking being able to lock in for that long.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, like I said, it's just a new maturity. If you would have told me I would have been locked in for 3 hours and 45 minutes, because that's about how long the game was, I would have told you were crazy. And another difference, hitters going into the 9th inning usually don't want that last at-bat. I was freaking wanting it. I came up in that last inning, and I wanted the at-bat badly. And I freaking went 0-2 to a walk, and no better feeling.
Sounds like big things are on the horizon.
Yeah, I mean, I may have a freaking Barry Bonds type year this year. I might hit 60 jacks in 50 games.
Well, that'd be good content at least.
I better be in the big leagues if I do that.
Before we get rolling, shout out to I've been blessed to have multiple second moms in my life, but one of my second moms, Christy Armour, made us some sick bling. Me and Schnell be rocking the brand. So if you see us around rocking the brand,
and if you guys want some freaking merch, let us know. If you guys would be interested in wearing some Diamonds in the Rough stuff around, we could get something going. So you guys let us know. And if that's something you guys want, if you guys want to just give us all your money, we'll take it. And then we'll give you some shirts and stuff. Some hats.
We will. We'll do that.
You guys give us all your money and we'll give it to you for free.
All right. Let's get right into it. First things first, an obvious starting point. Our boy Reed threw a no-hitter within the last week. Unbelievable.
And only had 2 strikeouts, which is even more unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, the dude was just filling it up. That's one way to get to a no-hitter. Most of the time your pitch count runs out. Just don't strike anybody out. You know, just execute some pitches, get some rollovers, have a no-hitter. Yeah. It was unbelievable. He did it in such Reed fashion. He didn't even know what to say afterwards. It was awesome.
His reaction was like he didn't know whether he should like go nuts and get excited, but he like pumped. He gave a good fist pump, and then everybody like
the way only Reed can. I texted him.
It was against the Rays too, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, Rays get no hit every year though, so
every
it's just
single
part
year.
of it.
It's part, But then they'll win 95 games this year and make it to the.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how it is. They got the elephants out of the room. They knew they were going to get no hit at one point. Might as well do it early. Yep. And now you can just mash.
Yep.
I texted Reed afterwards, asked him, I was like, that has to be the best sleep you've gotten in a while. He said he got about 4 hours. I was like, that's all you need. I was like, just come back on the pod sometimes, talk about it. He said, all right. So hopefully we can get him back on. He's the definition of big league now.
We need to get an episode of Reed, Alec. Who else? Are those the 2 big ones? And just breaking down their debut, or not Alec's debut, and then Reed's no hitter.
That'd be cool. Reed. I saw that in the notification on my phone. He's through 7. Try to turn it on. Well, I can't because we're blacked out in Florida. We can't watch the Rays. So shout out MLB there. That's a big time of you guys. You know, just making sure the local channels get their love. But yeah, we couldn't see it. It was awesome. I had to watch it through Twitter on my phone. But congrats to Reed. What a guy.
I do have Apple TV, and I just found that out. So we probably can watch it. We watch games that we want to now. So for the future. I don't know if it works for sure. I have Apple TV. I've used it. I don't know if I need like something more than that to be able to watch them. But Shook, you may know.
No, that's got to be on my knowledge base. I feel like you have to have like an MLB TV subscription or whatever.
Which I do. I do have one, but I couldn't watch it because it's blacked out because I'm in Florida.
Dude, I got this freaking fly flying around my face, and
is it like that episode of Breaking Bad?
There's like 5 of them. What's going on? Got a freaking dirty house.
Yeah. One topic we want to talk about, because there's been some outraged people on Twitter, and whether it's justified or not, I don't know. I mean, fans are voicing their displeasure, so might as well talk about it because we're fertile. They don't like the new baseballs. Whatever it may be, they seem dead, according to people watching on TV. I did see Aaron Judge hit one like 475 the other night, so not sure how dead they are. But there's also
an exception.
Yeah, there's also a theory that they're using different balls for different situations. That's a heck of a conspiracy theory if that's the case. Could you imagine finding out like years down the road that like you had bad numbers and you were using dead balls compared to someone who was getting like freaking juiced ones?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would be upset.
That would be nuts.
If Aaron Judge is getting freaking bouncy balls and I'm getting stones.
That would be crazy. But I can't really speak on it much because I've obviously never used the new balls. I use the old balls, but I've never used the new ones. I can verify the old balls were not fun to pitch with. It's like throwing freaking golf balls up there.
If the ones that I've facing big leaguers, like what they were using, they still jump a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that one ball I hit off Hess, I'm pretty sure he was throwing with big league balls. It got in on me a little bit, but that ball was still launched.
Yeah.
And then Matt Harvey, when I faced him, the ball I barreled up, I barreled it up, and I mean, I hit it really hard. So, and it felt like it jumped off my bat. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's tough to know because I saw where there was the kickback of two guys hit the same, came off the bat at the same speed, same launch angle. One went out, one didn't. There's a lot more. Yeah, it was the same game, but there's a lot more factors that go into that than just the spin of the ball off the bat.
Back spun, top spun.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. It's tough. There's a lot more that goes into it than just launch angle and
hooked or sliced. Yeah,
speed or speed off the bat. Yeah, So I get it. Like I get that it's a fun thing to debate, and obviously fans love home runs, and that's part of the game. But I promise you, the balls will still go over the fence if they're hit well.
Yeah, and I've heard pitchers don't really like them.
Yeah,
I heard they're like slick and like.
I don't think here's the thing. I've never ever been in a league where every pitcher loves the ball. We had real high seam balls in high school. They didn't like the high seam balls. You got the balls in college. They don't like the balls in college. You got the balls now. They're too slick. You're never gonna please everybody.
Yeah, it's a cop out too. Like you get if you go out there and throw a no hitter like Reed's gonna say, "Oh, ball's pretty nice."
Love the balls.
Or you go get shelled and you're gonna be like, "Dude, it's slick. I couldn't freaking get anything to move. The freaking laces are too low."
Last year it was justifiable to me where they cut out like they hard banned the tar right in the middle of the year. And so that's an adjustment. You have guys who's been throwing that way for a long time. And to cut it out cold turkey like that was an adjustment. And I thought those complaints were justified. But you had a full off season this year.
Yeah.
Like you can control the balls. Like I get maybe you don't have as good of command, but like when somebody lets one go and it hits somebody in the head and they blame the ball, it's like, dude, I've never missed with the ball that bad.
And I don't care what pitchers say, there's other ways to make it sticky. I know of people that have found other ways to make it sticky.
If you have all off season to work on it and figure it out, I don't know how much you can play. What are you doing? Are you building something? Now you're mute.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna try something. So was that loud? I'll mute it while I finish doing it.
Yeah, it was loud.
My bad.
It sounded like you had a dang drill. But yeah, I don't know. I've never used the new ball, so I'm not going to speak too much on it. But here's what I will say: if a big leaguer barrels a thing up, hits it really well, and it'll still go over the fence.
I took it off its stand.
Okay,
it's kind of sick, huh?
Yeah, I do like that actually. I didn't even know it could come off the stand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was doing an experiment.
I like it. Good find. Good find.
Thank you. If you're gonna do it, mute yourself.
You know what I actually thought about, and me and Paulson were talking about the other day.
What's
So
that?
Albert Pujols made an appearance on the mound, which
Sick.
is hilarious and awesome. Which I love that. I love when it's a beatdown. Like, listen, there's no reason to sit there and cry about getting beat down. I know the Cardinals were up, but a lot of times the team that's down will throw somebody in. No reason to sit there and cry and moan about losing a game by 10. The game's over. Like, have some fun with it. Save some
100%.
pitching. There's a strategy behind it, and it's fun. I'm all about it. But the funny thing I brought up was, does that hurt Albert Pujols' career WAR?
Did he get shelled?
Yeah, he gave
Probably.
2 home runs.
It could, yeah.
Like, it's probably minimal,
If-
but like
if that's
he's
the-
fighting that 100 WAR line right now. It's crazy he's under 100 WAR these days just because his last couple of years, because he used to, I forget what it was at its peak, but
I mean, Brett Phillips' WAR has been torch them because we always bring him in and he got a freaking homer hit left-handed. Anthony
Left-handed
Rondon
off.
hit one off him left-handed.
yeah, that's
Trout
reflecting.
hit a nuke off him.
In the middle. What do you think? What do you think Reed was thinking right there? He's like, "Please just let me get back on the field. We got this guy up here giving up left-handed home runs. I'm trying to throw him."
That had to be a super because people love it when freaking Phillips comes in. People probably loved it. It was a show on freaking offense.
Yeah.
It was a show on the mound.
I love how Brett Phillips got just as much pub that night as Reed did for throwing a no-hitter. He's such a fan favorite.
He's literally the most loved dude in baseball. It's unbelievable.
Him and Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
That was. I was wondering what Reed was thinking there. Is he's just giving up nukes to Trout and Rendon? It's like, bro, can we get a real picture on here? Get some outs. I want to see him one time go in there and just let it loose. Like he did that one time. They told him to calm down, but just a full inning of it. Just to see what he does.
He freaking touched 4.
He was throwing 94 flame balls that day. All right, we're coming up on the interviews. So let's knock it out. Segment that the people on this platform haven't heard. Streaking. Who's streaking? Who's slumping of the week? Who wants to start? Let's do alphabetical order. Who comes first? Sugar, Schnell. Schnell, start us off with a streaking.
With a streaking?
Yeah.
Myself. I'm back playing 9-inning games. I'm feeling good. I got a quick trip home this weekend to see my baby and my wife. So everything's going good. And I'm very close to hopefully getting out of Florida and being on an actual team when it actually matters. And that is exciting.
That's streaking.
So I feel like I am streaking.
All right, Shook, hit us with your streaking.
No softball won the ACC championship. Beat Virginia in the first game, 5-3. Beat Duke in a thriller, 9-6 in this quarterfinal or semifinal, and then came back to beat Clemson for the 4th time this season. I like beating Clemson, so that was fun. Beat them 8-6 on a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 6th. Awesome. Super
Electric.
Fun team to watch. College softball postseason's coming up this weekend. If you haven't checked out softball, I recommend it. If you're a fan of high-paced, high-action, fast-paced game, softball is the place to be. And it's going to be a fun weekend. Florida State's the number 2 overall seed and have a pretty tough regional. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, shout out to one of my best friends, Reagan Armour of the UTC Mocs.
Yeah, the Mocs also won the SoCon.
Three ding-dongs in the championship game. 5 RBIs. Three home runs in a conference tournament is a record. So she's swinging it. They go to Alabama, which will be sick. So hopefully the Mocs can keep the magic going. Mocs are having a great athletic season so far.
Yep.
My streaking is the family group chat. Today, my dad got shoulder surgery. He had shoulder surgery, and it was like shoulder impingement. So they went in and fixed the nerve, took out a bone spur. But my mom has been sending videos in the group chat, and this man's on a different planet. She said that the people told her to go in there and help him get his clothes back on, and she said he was just limp body, like he would not help at all, and it was just her. And she said he was like halfway falling off the table, and she was trying to catch him, throw him back up. He told me my mom called me, and as soon as I answered the phone, I heard him go, "Hey, Cole," in the passenger seat, and he told me he was going to be throwing BP next week. And I said, why are you throwing BP? Who you throwing it to? He said, you. My mom said, honey, he don't hit anymore. He just pitches. He said, oh yeah. So he was lost. Videos have been awesome.
So he's not in favor of the universal DH?
No, he'd love to see me swing it. My granddad is definitely not. Bro, I lost. Okay, quickly. The slumping. I love the pool. As you guys know, stories, they're just whack stories. So I had the article pulled up. I don't know what the flip happened to it, but I remember the basis of it. There's a sea lion in San Diego that was literally just strolling across the highway a couple months ago. So SeaWorld came in, rescued the thing, put it back out in the wild, and they named it Highway, the nickname Highway, obviously. Well, Highway just got rescued out of a California storm drain that leading to the same spot he got picked up at the first time. So this man did not learn from his mistakes, and they had to pick him up again. I don't know what the plan of attack is now, but Highway is not an athlete, did not adjust on the fly, and
Tough.
the man's like Dennis the Menace of sea lions. All right, shit, go ahead.
The Pens blew a 3-1 lead in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Dang.
Had a pair of 2-goal leads in Game 5 and Game 6, and couldn't pull it out.
That's
Kind of like with the Steelers with Big Ben leaving. This could be the end of Crosby, Malkin, and Letang playing together, which is, God, they've been together forever. I feel like my entire fandom of watching the Penguins. But
I want to get to hockey so bad.
Yeah, me too.
You know what's crazy, Schnell, is the Panthers and the Lightning are playing a series against each other. We could literally go to every single game in the series. That's nuts.
I think too that series will decide who wins the cup. In my
Really?
opinion. I think the Avalanche.
The Lightning weren't even supposed to win, right?
Right. Yeah, the Avalanche are very good too, so that'll be good to see who comes out of the Western Conference. But yeah, I think between the Avalanche, the Panthers, and the Lightning, those three teams are winning the cup most likely.
Aren't the Maple Leafs like known for choking in the playoffs?
Yeah,
That sucks.
They're kind of like the
awful
Bengals used to be.
I feel for Maple Leafs fan. That is the worst label to have. It's one thing to just be terrible all the time, like the Browns have been, and it's like, okay, it's funny, we suck. But when you're like actually pretty good and keep losing in the playoffs, that sucks. That was like Matt Ryan's whole career with the Falcons. We were almost good enough, but just not quite. All right, Schnell, real quick, hit us with a slumping.
At the Padres Rockies game, did you guys see that? Dude got knocked out stone cold in the freaking stands. So I don't know. The guy who punched him probably got arrested. So he's
that was last year actually. You saw the year anniversary.
Really?
But there was some stuff coming out that guy, the guy didn't even press charges because
oh my gosh, that's a year ago.
Apparently everyone around him heard him. He was chirping a kid like the whole time they got punched, apparently. And this guy just walked over and knocked him out. And he's fine now. He's chilling. No charges pressed. So good for that guy.
He's streaking. The dude that got knocked out is slumping.
Literally. He got slumped.
Yeah, he's literally slumping and metaphorically slumping.
All right. Awesome interview with Tanner Burns coming up. Let's get y'all over to it. It's going to be a good time. As always, stay sparkly. All right. Today, we welcome on a special guest, right-handed pitcher from Auburn, Tanner Burns. Having an incredible season, so naturally we had to get him on for the clout. Tanner, what's going on?
Man, not much. Just, and I'm in Akron, our AA team for the Indians, and I think we're six weeks in, so we still got 100 games left.
That's crazy. That's insane. That's so many games, man. Like I was thinking the other day, like I was going on my throwing program, and I was like, man, we get to July, like the season's almost done. But it goes through like what, September 14th or something?
Yeah, I think our last game is September 21st.
Lord.
September 21st. So I think exactly we got like 103 games left. I think that's the exact number.
The grind, man.
Good Lord.
The grind. Part of
it feels like the season's almost over down here. I feel like we've been here for a freaking eternity.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It gets long here.
If you look at it, that's 2 college seasons we got left, and we play, 6 games a week, Tuesday through Sunday. So it doesn't like the weeks have been going by faster, but if you look at it, it's like, dang, that's a lot of games.
A lot of games.
A lot.
We had so last night. The interview hasn't come out yet, but I'm just gonna give you a warning not to listen to it because we had Docs and Shoemake on at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and we took some
Doc
shots.
Sackis.
We took some shots at Auburn fans. So just
Oh, my
disregard.
gosh.
We were
Yeah,
talking
you know,
about the game that he went toe to toe with Mize in the tournament, where he sagged like a no hitter through.
He
So-
carved that game. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. That's
said-
he was my roommate that following summer. We were roommates
Where at?
with Team USA.
Okay.
We were roommate. We went to Cuba and everything, and we were roommates.
Yeah, that's y'all definitely got the better trip of USA. Like we went to Japan, but I heard y'all had like a resort in Cuba.
Yeah, but also I think I lost 10 pounds that week. The food was horrible.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had McDonald's every meal, every single
Yeah.
meal. It took
But
about
that's-
30
it went-
minutes to order too.
Yeah, we didn't have McDonald's in
Understand
Cuba.
No. Yeah, just 2 Big Macs. 2? Yeah, 2. Got to use the fingers and pointing.
Yeah,
First off, I saw you recently engaged. Congrats on that, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah,
Big day coming up.
Yeah, October 22nd this year. So I don't know the exact days. I think it's, less than 6 months now. But
Yeah.
I've been dating her since high school. Her name's Brooklyn. We've been dating since my senior year of high school. And I pulled the trigger this off season. So
There
it
you
was
go.
awesome.
Yeah, and I did the same. And so I know if you're like me, you haven't
Congrats
been
to
doing,
you, too.
I appreciate it. I know for a fact that you have not done as much as she has over the past couple months.
Mm-mm. No.
Crazy
Let's
how
see.
much.
I mean, the only thing I've gotten, we found a place to live and then the honeymoon. Where y'all
Yeah.
going on y'all's honeymoon?
We're going to St. Lucia.
St. Lucia. We're going to
Yeah.
Cancun. So
That'd be sick.
it'll be fun. Those are 2 cool places.
I was trying to go like the European route, like go somewhere cool like that, but no, she wasn't having it. We're going to the beach somewhere.
Yeah,
Which I'm
gotta
fine
go to
with.
the beach. Yeah, we're
Mhm.
staying in a bungalow. I'm excited about that.
That'll be sick.
Yeah,
I tried to find something like that, but that's cool. What was nuts to me? Did you go through a travel advisor?
Yeah, that helped me.
Dude, it was
Time.
crazy. That she was like, I was like, how much do I owe? She's like, oh, the resorts pay. You're good.
Right. Yeah,
I'm like, if I go on a weekend trip for now on, I'm using a travel advisor. It's free.
for
It's
sure.
literally
And then
free.
she was like, she's also hooking me up on like fishing trips, like snorkeling. I guess that comes in with it, and then like hiking. So it's actually
pretty
like
tough.
she's helping. Yeah, she's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it was. I was mind blown. I didn't owe her any money. It was nuts.
Yeah, so I'm excited. Where are y'all gonna live?
We are building a house currently back home, North Georgia.
Gotcha.
Couldn't
That'll be
leave
awesome.
Cheney in them too long, man. I gotta keep
Nuh-uh.
an eye on him.
Cheney, I saw him. Goodness, I saw him turn around 103. Was that?
Yeah,
last
that was a
weekend?
nuke.
Oh my goodness.
That was like
I miss Cheney.
15-year-old Cheney flashback, huh?
Yeah, Georgia Bandits, Shady.
Yeah. Fat Cheney used to put them further than that back in the day. I've told people that him and Tucker Bradley are like the best 12-year-old baseball players to ever live.
Oh my God, that's like Bryce Harper and Lindor on the same team.
Yeah.
Everyone knew who they were when we were 12. We're like, oh my
Everyone.
God, there's Tucker Bradley or there's Teddy Rogers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were incredible.
That's funny.
Speaking of back in the day, I was looking at some of your high school numbers. You put up some insane stat lines back in the day. It was a barrel show back in Bama.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you a quick story. So, I was originally committed to Alabama, right?
I think I remember.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
As a catcher.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I love to hit. And then I found out, my freshman year, I wanted to be on the weekend rotation. So I signed as a first baseman, DH, but mainly pitcher.
Yeah.
But, I found out real quick, it was kind of tough to hit. Especially, I think I faced Casey one week in inter squad. I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. And then David Daniel, who was throwing mid to upper 90s. I was like, this hitting isn't for me. But I do sometimes regret it, but I enjoyed hitting in high school. I really did.
Yeah, we were just talking to Jared Schuster the other day, and he went to the Wake Forest as a two-way, and he was he was saying they transit his freshman fall like he's full pitcher, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that tends to happen with pretty much every two-way. It seems like they're just looking for a reason to tell you can't hit. Like they're kind of, it's like in the back of their mind they're hoping you struggle in the fall. They're like, hey, you're just gonna pitch.
Yeah, and I mean, and it is tough too because like you feel like you're getting left out, like hitting in the cages when you need to be doing bullpen work, or
Yeah,
I don't know. I just felt like it was just like a lot, but I guess it worked out. I mean,
no doubt. I've seen the regiment that Brennan McKay was on when he first got to the Rays, and I don't know, is he still hitting Schnell?
No.
Yeah, he's just pitching now. It was nuts. Like the work that he was doing was insane. I couldn't imagine doing it for a full week.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I think sometimes what Shohei's doing in the big leagues, like I feel like some people I think that goes unnoticed sometimes because that's impressive. Like hitting 400-foot home runs and then going 7 innings every time.
Yeah.
Like that's, I mean, good.
As much as it's talked about, it's still not enough.
I know.
It's crazy.
It literally is.
Yeah, we were talking before you came on. Obviously, you're on the Rubber Ducks now, which was a 4 seed in our old bracket. We were talking about that, and y'all are playing the Rumble Ponies, which was I think a 2 seed if I'm not wrong. So that's a big time name matchup. Y'all got to pull that one out.
Yeah. They had actually, speaking of the name, they had some nice jerseys today. So I feel like we have nice jerseys, but today they wore their white home jerseys and they were sharp.
Okay, that's the minor league uniforms around the league are next level. Like if you're a baseball fan, I'd be buying minor league hats all the time. They're
right.
sick.
I need to get me one of those biscuits hats when you get up there. I need one of those biscuits hats.
Yeah, that logo's undefeated.
Our next bracket needs to be the jerseys. We have to get jerseys
hats.
from each. Yeah, our hats.
Yeah, hats. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Man, we had these ones in Charleston. They were like turquoise and yellow, and they were we wore them on Cinco de Mayo. They were Perros Santos, which what do they? I guess that's river dogs in Spanish. I don't really know. I know Perros is dog. But I don't know what Santos is.
Yeah, we
You
have
know,
the Picante. We have Picantes. Those are our jerseys. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, I wore them every home game.
Yeah.
Every time I pitched, I was in the dang Perros Santos jersey.
I think Santos is like
Rancher.
Saint. I think it's Saint. I think it's like supposed to be like Holy Dog or something like that.
That makes sense. Yeah, I looked like a Jolly Rancher every home start.
You did always have to pitch in those. Huh?
Every time.
Every time.
Hey, guess who just walked in, Cole?
Who we got? Oh, look who it is, the lefty.
What up, Mr.
Logan
Wilcox?
Allen.
How we doing?
What's going on, man?
He said, "What's going on? How you doing?" Yeah, he just got his food.
Nice. The DoorDash, the classic DoorDash on the road.
Yeah, he said he hopes to see you throwing. So what'd you get, Moe's? He got some Moe's Mexican.
Tell him it's
Tell him.
not a hot take, better than Chipotle.
He said it's not a. What did you say?
It's not a hot take, it's way better.
It's not a hot take. It's way better than Chipotle. He said.
I could get on that wagon. Like I'm not
He's
gonna
getting on that wagon.
All right, that's right.
tell him to take note because he'll be on here soon. He's on the list.
Take note. You're going soon. He said. You're on the list.
Yeah.
Coming on the podcast.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He said
Yeah.
absolutely.
Good deal. There we go. Write it down, Chuck. he already agreed. He's in.
Yeah, he's in.
But you mentioned facing Casey when you got to school, and obviously he had an unbelievable year that year. What was it like just to kind of sit and watch what he was doing?
I mean, just electric stuff he had, and I remember who was he? Who were we playing my freshman year opening weekend? Longwood University. I remember inter squads. You couldn't really get up for inter squads. You know, the weeks falling into opening day, but I remember he was like 97. He was like 96, 97, just cruising the first inning. And then he gets down to like 89, 91. I'm like, dang, he got hurt. And I asked him, I was like, are you good? He said, yeah, those last 3 pitches are splitters. I was like, okay, they're not hitting him tonight. It's just unreal stuff. He hasn't changed since, I met him as a junior, which is, says a lot about him. But, he's got electric stuff. And, it didn't surprise me when he went 1-1 or he made it to the big leagues that fast. It hadn't surprised me.
Yeah, he just even in college, his mound presence just seemed big league. It just felt like he was in total control of the game. And that's what even Shoemake said last night. It was like when you watched him pitch, it was almost like, all right, those guys are winning tonight. We got to get the next one.
Yeah, I mean, just the way he went about his business, like during the week, and like you knew we were going to win every time he got the ball. Like that's a good feeling.
Yeah, no doubt. It's so important, especially in the SEC, to have that dude on Friday because winning that first one is such a big deal. Dude. Taking a series is hard. It doesn't matter who you're playing in the league. That's what I mean.
Exactly.
Even the teams on the bottom, they have dudes. I mean, we played Kentucky there, and Zach Thompson's like the best pitcher we faced all year.
Yeah,
he was unbelievable that night.
They also had Jelly, Sean Jelly, who just debuted. I think last Tuesday or last week. I don't know what day, but
actually, yeah, I guess when I was in college, Kentucky was pretty much bottom of the SEC. But before I got there, when you were there, that team was
my freshman year. Yeah, my freshman team, they were strong.
Yeah. It cycles through, but I mean, it's always a gauntlet. So having a guy like that's big time. And then, so I guess it would have been your sophomore year. Y'all just got hot at the right time.
Oh my!
Y'all made it all the way to Omaha, huh?
Did we? I remember. Let's see. We struggled. We had a lot of. I mean, dang, we had like tornadoes happen. We had like some crazy things happen. And then we looked at the end of the year, we're sitting in Omaha, and we're like, oh my gosh. And like we were like, I think we were 15. I think we were 15-15 in conference play. And then we looked up, we got hot, like you were saying at the right time. You know, we went to Georgia Tech. Mm-hmm. We did really well there. And then North Carolina was just like a story. We put up 13 on them in game 3. And then, we were on our way to Omaha. It was a pretty cool story.
Yeah,
but the year following that, my freshman year, we had a crazy year too at Florida when we lost on a walk-off home run. So my 2 years were special.
That's a big-time super. At Florida, there's some dudes on the mound that weekend.
Singer versus Mize, and then Coar. That was they had some pitching.
Coar, when he pitched against us that year, was like one of the best pitchers I've watched. It was nuts. He was 97, 98 with a changeup.
His changeup was gross.
Gross. Yeah, that was a heck of a staff. Is that the year they won it?
Did they win it that year? Well, that was 2018. Did they win in 2018?
Shook, you would know.
I don't.
No, they didn't. No. That was when Arkansas dropped the ball.
I think Vanderbilt was 19, I believe.
I don't
remember who.
No, Oregon State beat Arkansas in the finals that year.
That's right. And then, that's
on the pop-up behind second base.
Yeah. God, man.
Nuts. Yeah, that would hurt. I couldn't imagine that. Could not imagine that.
No. Y'all had a strong year your freshman year, too. I mean, I feel like everyone y'all brought up, was mid-90s that year.
Yeah, I thought our pitching staff was, like, one of the best. I didn't realize how good it was when I like, rolled into campus. I just kind of figured that's what everybody had. And it really wasn't like Vanderbilt was the closest, I thought. Just coming out of the bullpen, they just had some dudes, like big time.
Yeah.
But the way Emerson pitched, Tony was pitching, all those guys. Yeah, we had a lot of guys. That game was fun. We played y'all at y'all's place, and you started it against Emerson.
That was a fun weekend. I mean, we knew y'all could hit and y'all had good pitching. I mean, that was a good series.
Yeah, and then I think I came in right after Emerson. I was supposed to just throw a couple innings and get a start, and it was tied. We played like 3 extra innings.
Yes.
And so I just had to keep pitching. And at some point, it was like, all right, somebody needs to score so I don't miss this start next week.
I remember did you throw the same day as Emerson?
Yeah, we went back to
I came back. I remember because he was like 98. We were like, okay, well, we're about to see upper 90s again because you're coming in. We're like, goodness, we can't get a break.
And that's the game we lost. The game me and Emerson pitched together, we lost. Yeah, baseball's wild, man.
Oh, it is.
So then the next year, obviously draft year got cut short, which really sucked for everybody. But I remember that game that you had where you went CG with 15 punch outs. That was good to leave in the scouts impression before the season ended. At least.
Yeah, that was I guess one of my more. I guess Omaha and that game were my 2, best memories I've had at Auburn. But yeah, that was a fun game. Coach Thompson always calls it like autopilot, and I feel like I was, just cruise control the whole game. Like I was in control.
Dude, it felt like every punch out you had was on fastballs. Do you remember how many it was?
I think of the 15, 13 were fastballs up.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was just like, dude, they ain't hitting this thing. Bro. Like, that makes it a little bit easier when they can't catch up to your heater for 9 innings.
Oh, that's a good feeling. And especially like I would say like I battled my freshman year and sophomore year, like just going out there throwing just heaters. I mean, I feel like I didn't have it was an okay changeup, and then my slider was either a cement mixer or it was on. But most of the time, it was a cement mixer.
That's a bad feeling when you release and you see that thing spinning. You're like,
you're like, yeah, and you can find
miss it.
out. Like in the pen, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a long night. Hopefully, my heater's on.
Yeah. Those make for long days. Then obviously you go first round to the Guardians. Now, what you got on the name?
You know what? The jerseys are cool, but
yeah.
I mean, everyone they're like, "Who do you play for?" I'm like, "Well, I'm in the Guardians." So we basically say Cleveland. I mean,
right.
I play for I'm in the Cleveland org because everyone's still like, "Who? You're the who again?" The Indians.
That does make for some tough conversations.
Yeah, especially like people that don't really know baseball. You're like, okay, everyone knew who the Indians were. Now I guess the Guardians. You're gonna get their name back, but. I just say I play for Cleveland. Yeah.
Yeah. There was the big standoff with the roller derby team. You remember that? About the name?
Oh yeah. Before they changed it.
Yeah. Yeah. We went into in-depth research on what roller derby was. But that little organization got a nice little payday for just because y'all picked Guardians.
I think they did get paid. I think.
I forget what the exact amount was at the time, but.
It wasn't 6 figures.
The organization was offering them like pennies for like just to shut up, and they weren't going away. Yeah. They knew they had something special in the bag.
I think they got like 99,000. They're like, we're not giving you 6 figures, but we'll give you $99,000.
That's awesome. I mean, heck, I wouldn't mind $99,000.
It's a win-win
for a roller derby team. That's got to be a full like
that's
equipment.
Uniforms for life.
You get knee pads, you get new rollerblades, you get some elbow guards, you get it all.
Nike jerseys now. They're probably got Nike jerseys.
A little sponsorship. Guardians. Yeah. That's nuts. I remember hearing the name. I never heard why it was Guardians, but I remember talking to Ron Webb, and he was like, hey, everybody's kind of coming around to it at this point. And I think Hankins said the same thing.
Speaking of Ron Webb's GOAT and Hankins, they're two good friends of mine.
Yeah, they're a lot alike. I can't imagine what their conversations are like.
I think are y'all on the same schedule or close?
Yeah, he's a little earlier than me. Yeah, he's throwing live. He had it in the summer of last year. Okay. I think like probably late May, early June. So he's about a year now. He should be good to go here soon. Yeah. Dude, that was nuts, y'all's draft last year. Just straight college pitchers pretty much, it seemed like. Like there's some high schoolers mixed in, but man, there's a lot of college pitching.
I think 20 they drafted 21. I think 20 of them were pitchers.
Yeah.
I think that's exact. One shortstop, a high school shortstop, yeah. They call Cleveland the pitching factory. So it's not surprising. It didn't really surprise us, I guess. Right. If you're asking a bunch of guys in the org, I don't think it really surprised anyone.
Yeah, I don't even know how you have enough spots for that. Like, that's crazy.
I know.
The levels should be absolutely loaded on pitching at this point, especially college guys who are like obviously you need development, but the development is a lot less than an 18-year-old. So you probably got a bunch of college kids. We kind of ran into that last year with the Rays. We had pretty much a full college rotation in low A, and it was like me, Docs, a couple other guys, and at some point it was like, all right, we might need to start moving some of these guys.
I mean, if you look at, I guess everyone except Lynchburg, low A, there's 4 Friday nights in Lake County. Everyone's a college guy here except Daniel Espino, but he's a freak.
Right. Yeah.
There are a lot of college starting pitchers, the high and AA level. And even I would say AAA too. There are a bunch of college arms.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at the blueprint for like the numbers in the MLB, like that's a pretty good plan of attack going forward. Is like college pitchers dominate the percentages in the major leagues. I remember Coach Strickland, when I was in high school, he'd always send me those stats. Always.
Yeah.
Like once a week, he'd see it on TV. Boom, screenshot, send it to me.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
like, I got you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You want to come to Georgia? Here it is. These are the percent of people on the show.
Yeah. Yeah. Was that a tough decision for you? Because I knew, I mean, you were a draft guy from like the time you were 15 years old. Was it one of those things where you were were you close, or was you going to Auburn?
I mean, it was tough. I'm not gonna lie. Like we did have a number and we had some calls, but like at the end of the day, like we were saying, you know, just 30 seconds ago, the route I feel like personally is going to college.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I grew up a little bit more, living on my own for the first time. I think it's, you know, college is the best route in my opinion.
Okay, so I was thinking about this, I think yesterday. So now that like short season is eliminated and like some of those things, would that have changed your mind a little bit back in the day? Because I saw all the draft guys from last year, they're 19 years old and they're in low A. So it's kind of like they're getting started a little earlier than most.
A little bit earlier.
I
don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like I was saying, like in college, like there was some games like I would just go out there and throw fastballs. Like you can't do it at the professional level now,
right?
Because everyone can time up a bullet. But I don't know. I think I was really set on going to Auburn because I was asking a lot out of high school, and honestly, it worked out going to Auburn because I don't think I was ready, to be honest. Like the only thing I had was a fastball out of high school. Yeah, basically.
No, I agree. It might have changed the way I thought a little bit, but looking back, I'm like you. My stuff was trash. Like I was throwing dead zone. Like it was hard. I was throwing hard, but the fastball was no good. Slider was pretty average. So yeah, I needed a lot of work, and it's a lot easier to do that in a college setting.
Exactly, like
where everyone's supporting you.
Right. Like if you're having failure, I'd rather, you know, have failure in the fall, my freshman fall, than, you know, going out spring training and, you know, trying to live up to that, you know, hype if they would have gave me all that. But honestly, if we're going to like sum it up, I think college, you know, is the best route and was for me for sure.
Yeah, and that's why I've always said I have a lot of respect for people who do come out of high school like Schnell did, because that would be tough, man. Coming straight from high school in that setting. I don't know. I would think I'd have figured it out, but it would have definitely been tougher, and the struggles would have been, I think, more glaring for me if it would have been in that situation when I was 18.
I don't know. Maybe it's different for a pitcher, but I feel like for position players, like especially you go into college and a lot of guys like want to play immediately, and if you're not like if you don't produce, like it's all about like, I mean, you need to hit to be able to be in a lineup. Whereas if you choose to sign, like here, you're gonna hit 1, 2, 3 no matter what you're doing. Like if you're a higher pick, like if I was 0 for my last 30, I'll show up tomorrow, I'd be hitting 1, 2, or 3. You know what I mean? They give you the opportunities. Like I feel like it's a little bit different for position player than pitcher, which is weird to think about.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah, I've always said that too, because I do think it is harder to keep your status as a position player in college, because I feel like there's a lot of growth from young guys as a freshman to a junior in hitters. And obviously there's a lot of growth as pitchers too, but most of those guys come in with the good stuff. Like, and then it's just a matter of fixing that stuff into being a pitcher.
Yeah.
So like you can still get by with some stuff, especially in the draft process, but as a hitter, like you got to put up numbers, like real numbers.
Right.
So I get both sides for sure. So last year, do you go straight to Lake County?
Straight to Lake County.
Straight from spring training?
Yep.
What did you do after you got drafted? I guess, did you go to the alternate side, or were you just kind of chilling?
No, so I have a funny story about that. So I got drafted and had COVID when I it's the craziest story. I got drafted, you know, we had our party, like the draft party. I think that's where I got COVID. So I was out, you know, 19 days. You know, at the beginning of COVID, nobody knew of like. So I kept on testing, and I was trying to sign, and everyone thought I was like holding out, but I was like, I can't test negative. So I ended up, you know, signing literally the last day you could sign. And then I remember going home. They put me on like a little program. I was training here, and then I went to Instructs that October.
Okay.
So I think we were there 4 or 5 weeks, and then we came home and then got ready for spring training.
Gotcha. And so then straight to Lake County. Where the heck is Lake County?
It's 20
Ohio.
minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes near Cleveland, outside of Cleveland.
What was the setup like there? Just like Auburn?
We were it was me, Logan, and Mason Hickman. We all lived in downtown Cleveland. So we were living like big leaguers in high A baseball.
That's nice. Yeah. That makes it worthwhile then.
Did you ever hit up that donut shop across the way from the stadium?
What's that called?
I forget, but when we were there, me and a couple guys walked across the street and got a bunch of freaking donuts that day. It's fire.
What's the donut shop called?
I remember hearing y'all talking.
I don't
about
know.
that.
Yeah.
Did that
I
used to
haven't
be?
been there.
Has it always been a high or low A, or I guess high?
It was low A when I went.
Yeah, low A.
Yeah.
So, but it's been in that league with BG and all that.
Yeah, it was, but BG's in a different one now.
That's a good league.
Does it travel brutal?
No, honestly, I think our farthest drive was maybe 2.5 hours to Great Lakes, I want to say. But, I mean, every stadium we played at was, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Fort Wayne, that was a nice stadium.
When I was in San Diego, they used to rave about Fort Wayne. Everyone loved it.
Fort Wayne. What was it? South Bend, the Cubs. That was
Dayton sells out.
I enjoyed Dayton. Oh my goodness, that was a cool stadium to pitch at. I mean, that reminded me of like Arkansas, their stadium.
Yeah, it's wild. They're a pretty passionate minor league fan base.
Yeah, they enjoyed their team. They enjoyed the Dragons.
That's cool.
Let's see who else was a nice place. I think South Bend by far was the coolest place to pitch at, though, for sure.
Yeah, that actually sounds like a cool league. Because I get it confused now because that league used to be with Bowling Green and the travel was terrible, but it sounds like y'all got the better end because BG is still. I mean, Doc's hopped off a 10-hour bus ride yesterday to get on the interview.
BG's just in the middle of nowhere for minor leagues. There's nothing.
Well, it was
around.
South of that league, and now I feel like it's west of this.
Yeah,
league.
it's super. Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, I feel like now, like our travel is a little bit tougher than last year because I mean I think this was 5 hours, and then we were in Richmond 2 weeks ago. I think that was 7.
Okay.
And I mean it's a little bit longer, but I mean it's not that bad.
Dang, where's y'all's AAA affiliate?
The Columbus Clippers.
Y'all got them all in Ohio.
Yeah, except Lynchburg. That's the only one.
That's nuts.
What's AAA? I was just trying to think. Where's AAA for Tampa Bay?
Durham.
Okay,
Yeah.
so where's low A?
Charleston.
Then where?
Bowling Green.
Bowling Green, and then
Biscuits.
Montgomery. Okay,
Yeah.
and Durham.
Yeah, Charleston was sick. That's where we started last year. Me and Schnell. It was like you talked about. Travel was minimal, and the stadiums were sick. Charleston, we got. I mean, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we sold out. It was 8,000 people. It was fun, and that town is crazy nice.
And then Montgomery, the Southern League. That's not a bad travel either.
No,
that's like literally out my backyard. The Trash Pandas, Biscuits,
same for me in Chattanooga.
Barons, yeah.
Yeah,
and
I'm always
Durham. That's a sick place to play at too. Dang.
Yeah, everyone talks about Durham being the best place in the minor leagues. It is sick. Did y'all play there for USA?
Yep, July 4th.
Yeah. It's a nice place for sure. But yeah, the Southern League has always had a special place in my heart just because you grow, like you said, you grow up around it. And like when you were younger, those guys. I mean, that was like the best. You go to a baseball game right down the road, watching professionals, and you see the Barons and all those
Lookouts.
Guys. Yeah,
those. I mean, those stadium. I can't think of one bad stadium in that league.
Chattanooga's not great.
Yeah, Chattanooga.
Is it? Chattanooga's not the best.
Chattanooga, well, it's cool because it's like an old school feel to it, but the playing surface is so bad. But they used to hire.
Stadium.
That's what we talked about on the interview last night, though. I mean, they hired my buddies to be on the field crew, so
oh wow,
I knew it. we were like sophomores in high school, and I had a couple buddies working the field crew, and I knew they weren't putting in no effort to it. So it checks out as to why it was so bad.
But Birmingham's got a nice stadium. I guess that's 3-4 years old. It's a cool place to play out.
Yeah, there's the stadiums are definitely being upgraded around the league because we played in Columbia last year, and that's borderline a major league facility. It was sick.
Right.
Put in some more money into it for sure.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the start you've gotten off to this year. Obviously it's always nice to get off to a good start. It sucks to play catch up. So I know, like we talked about, it's a long way to go, but you got to be feeling pretty good at this point in the year.
Yeah, I mean, so I'll catch you up. So I had my first 5 starts, and then I got hurt last week. So I've been on the IL. I think I'll get to come off next week. I start throwing tomorrow, actually, so it's a holiday. I'm pumped for tomorrow. I had a little like shoulder strain going on, like little rotator cuff issues, but it's better now. I think it was just fatigue, and we've just been strengthening it the last 12 days, 13 days. But yeah, it's always good to get off to a good start. I feel like I have more confidence. I think that's the biggest thing in pitching is having confidence. You can have stuff, but if you don't have confidence, like it's not, you're not going to go well. So I feel like this year compared to last year, I have a little bit more confidence in like what I'm doing and when I'm throwing the ball. So that's huge. A learning lesson from last year.
Yeah.
So
dang. So you ran into some shoulder issues, dude. That is the worst. Like the shoulder freaks me out because you don't know what the heck's going on. Anytime I feel anything, it's like you start looking stuff up.
That's me.
I don't like this at all.
I'm trying to play doctor on Google.
Yeah, which is the worst possible thing to do because it's like the worst case scenario for every single thing possible.
Yes,
but so it's just
like I hate being hurt, like because I feel like I'm not part of the team. Like I mean, I'm part of the team, but it's like it sucks because like they're all doing the fun stuff, and you're over here having to sit on the bench.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely no fun. But glad to hear it's just minor. Get nice little 10-day DL stint and get back on it.
Yeah.
So we got a video. You got it, Shook, on standby. We got a video of an at bat. I went back and watched your last start. I pulled one that's worth talking about. So let's break it down. What's going through your mind here? Pause it there, Shook. Speaking of, who are we playing here? I tried to read the jerseys. I couldn't figure it out.
That's the Richmond Flying Squirrels.
Okay, yeah, they were a 2 seed.
For the Giants. What? The Giants.
Okay. Yeah, I think it said like Gigantes or whatever, however you say that on their jerseys. It's not. That's a Jolly Rancher
that was
look
like
too.
That was the it's like the Picantes jersey. It was a theme that night. I don't know what their jersey said.
Yeah, I was trying to figure it out and I didn't recognize the logo. So all right, that makes sense. We always talk about first pitch strike on here. Everybody we've come on since we had Adam Wainwright on, and he started like his plots were ridiculous, dude. It was like the first pitch of the at bat, he was throwing it in the zone. It didn't it was completely red inside the box, and he started breaking down like the numbers on first pitches, like that batting average were super low. So he's like, "Screw it, I'm gonna throw it in the zone."
Right.
And I know I've watched you pitch. You love the fastball, and you're willing to throw it whenever.
Right.
What percentage of the time would you say you throw first pitch fastball?
Oh, it's got to be above 70%.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I figured I've seen it. So
yeah,
I would assume this is a fastball right here to get it started. Roll that beast, Shook. Dude, there was a bad glare on this back view. It was worse at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember going back and looking at this outing. I'm like, goodness, they should have just like cleaned it with like a towel.
Positive Shook. Yeah, because most of them, the view was from behind the plate, and I was like, dang, I'm going to have to go find a different game. But it just so happened this at-bat ended up being behind it. So that was the first pitch fastball up for those listening who can't see it. Go watch on YouTube. But he blows the first pitch fastball by the guy, 0-1 count. I mean, that was clearly a late swing. After you see a swing like that, and we talked about this last night, he's seeing a fastball within the next 2 pitches, right?
Right.
At some point, like you might go breaking ball here, but you're coming back with fastball at some point in the next 2.
Right. I mean, I can't remember exactly what I did this at bat, but like you wouldn't want to throw anything to speed his hands up. I don't know.
Right. So if you get a swing like that, it was probably if he takes it, it's probably a strike. I did watch a call earlier in this game where you threw it pretty much down the middle, and the guy called it a ball. So you never know. But I wanted to pull that at bat, but it wasn't a strikeout, so I was like, nah.
Yeah.
It was a bad call. It was
Oh man.
So
Yeah,
that was probably a glove strike that he swung through. This next one, if you go back fastball, are you trying to go like a ball higher?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if they're going to chase that up, might as well try to climb the ladder a little bit taller. So I think if I do remember, I do go fastball up again.
All right, roll it should.
Or it's right down the middle.
Frozen.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Heater
down the middle, took.
Come and get it.
Yeah, I think that's just a challenge me fastball 0-1.
That works. I mean, you got 2 outs, might as well. So 0-2 in the driver's seat. You don't want to throw that again, probably.
No.
What
See, like it's crazy because we were talking about like I've been 70% heaters. Like I would say my last 3 outings, 2 outings ago, I threw 36 sliders and 30 heaters. So this could be a slider right here.
Okay. And if it's a slider, clearly, I hate waste pitches. That's a dumb thing to say, in my opinion. But
right,
it's going to be one you want him to chase.
Yeah,
most likely. 0-2. Let's see it shook. Oh, he just came back with a heater.
Oh, we're going back. We're going back here.
Hey, listen, if you're going to swing through it and take it, you might as well get another one.
Might as well throw it again.
So heater up and in there, fouled it straight back. Let's see if he goes 4 in a row with it right here.
It wouldn't surprise me if I go 4. Yeah,
you did. Dang, that was a strike almost.
God, that's what I was thinking.
Hold on, he didn't call that a strike?
No.
I think I was already walking off for my.
That's a strike in the league.
Yeah, that's borderline for sure.
They've started calling that pitch more. Do you ever have a conversation with the umpire before the game and be like, "Hey, I'm forcing guy to be up in the zone. I need that strike."
I need to start doing that.
I started doing that because I'm like, listen, I'm a sinker guy. Like, don't take the bottom of the zone away from me. I'm not asking you to give me balls, but I need the bottom of the zone.
Right.
So it seemed to play pretty well. I never had a problem behind the plate umpire. I had the guys freaking calling the check swings, dude. I was like freaking 0 for the year on getting a punch on the check swing.
I think I'm
0
for 2.
Nuts. So we got a borderline call there, 1-2. He's still clearly not seeing the fastball well because that's one he should probably swing at.
Yeah, that or 2 pitches prior. He should have swung at that one.
Yeah. All right, shit. Roll the next one. So you got fastball in your pocket. Come back.
Oh, we're going to get another heater.
All right, so you missed up and in close to the hands. You stood him up though. I mean, that's an effective pitch. Are you coming back with breaking ball after that?
I think we need to go slider.
Yeah.
Slider down the way to get him off the plate.
I mean, if you execute a slider down the way off that, it's probably
it's
gonna
be an out.
Yeah, definitely a rollover. Probably a punch out.
Yeah.
I see it. Speaking, these freaking highlighter uniforms are elite.
Yeah.
Freezing.
Well, I mean, that was right before he left the leg.
Yeah.
That's just
That's selfish. That's selfish.
I mean, right as you lift your leg, dude. Okay, so actually, this is a funny story. Me and Docs were talking last year. I remember we watched some dude call Tom as he's lifting his leg, kind of like this. And Docs was like, it'd be funny is if you'd be all over Twitter if you just launched it out of the stadium after that.
Let one go.
And dude, it was like 2 weeks later. I was mid wind up. They called Tom, and for like a half a second in my brain, I'm like, I'm launching this out of the stadium. Then I corrected myself. Maybe if I had like some big league time or something, I'd have done it. But I'm like, nah, I'm a rookie.
Hey.
I'm not doing this.
Hey, I got a funny story now. Speaking of that, so it was my sophomore year. We were playing. Who were we playing? It was a conference game, and like the week before that, same situation. Umpire called time, mid wind up, and I didn't know like that's an easy way to get hurt. So I remember Coach Thompson came up to the pitching staff. He was like, "Hey, if that ever happens again, throw the ball because it's not good on your arm. So I was
Yeah.
just being me, being a little turd, I guess. If you remember pitching at Auburn, the net. So I throw it, probably like 50 miles an hour, just being a little turd, throw it over the net. I'm just like, all right. But he couldn't get mad at me because he told us that week we had to throw it. So I threw it.
That's awesome. Yeah, it crossed my mind for a second. I'm about to throw this thing into the river. But
yeah, that was a tall net that game, so I probably couldn't get over that net.
Yeah. So back to the AB, we got him 2-2. Obviously 4 fastballs. Probably a slider if I had to guess. I really don't remember what happened, but
I'm probably mad, yeah.
Slider.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that was
Dude didn't take the bat off his shoulder that at bat.
Well,
he was window shopping.
Schnell, what are you thinking right there, though? Are you thinking like at some point I got to see a slider?
I'm eliminating fastball at that point.
Yeah.
Like I've seen. I mean, except for yesterday, I guess that dude freaking threw me 5 in a row. But he'd gone back. He'd gone up and in, like you said, stood me up. So I would be looking off speed at that point. I mean, I'm probably looking second or like. I think with 2 strikes, 7 up. So I'm looking for a fastball on the outside part of the plate, and then I just need to cover a high outside fastball, and then if I'm on time for that, and I'm looking for something like over the middle of the plate. So but right there, after seeing that many fastballs in a row, I'm off speeds in the back of my head.
Have to.
So if he throws fastball in after that to you, you're toast.
Yeah.
You just take it and walk it back.
I'm just taking it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like you had him set up for the slaughter, and then it didn't even have to be a good one. He was so set up for it. Like it was just right there. So sometimes you overthink it. We were talking to Shoemake last night, and we were breaking down one of his at bats, and he took a changeup off the plate, like barely off the plate. It was a really good take. And he was talking about kind of his approach, and it was a unique approach. And so I was like, okay, well, does this kind of fit into it? And he was like, no. He said the glare is just really bad in Durham at that time of day. I didn't see it.
Oh man!
And
so
I'm
now you're
right. That domes up a pitcher because you're like, dang, he took that. That was a really good take. I'm gonna have to put that in the back pocket. But he just couldn't see the dang thing.
Well. Yeah, he saw that well. I'm like, oh wow. If we knew he didn't see it well, we're gonna throw it again.
Yeah, just throw it right back in the zone. But he just eliminated it, threw a fastball, and gave up a double.
Oh yeah, that's tough when you start thinking out there.
Yeah, you can't think too much. But Tanner, we appreciate you coming on, man. Don't want to take up too much of your time. I had the early game. Get to enjoy the rest of the day. I don't know what there is to do around there, but sure you'll find something.
Yeah, we might go find some dinner, maybe. I don't know. Hopefully it's not raining. It's supposed to have some weather, but yeah, it was good talking to y'all. That was fun.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you coming on. Best of luck to you this year. Get healthy and get back at it, man.
Yeah, same to you.
All right, appreciate it. We'll talk to you later.
See y'all.
See you.